Is there really anything different about the new version of Ansys Discovery? Let's talk about that next. All right, so Ansys has come out with a new version of their offering called Discovery, which is meant to support an engineer's kind of exploration of new designs while looking at performance. So a lot of products kind of had incremental capabilities and enhancements added to them over time. Is this really any different? So to answer that question, it really makes sense to kind of step back for a second and look at how do engineers explore those designs and what do they want to track in terms of performance. So let's take a second to look at the process engineers typically follow to get to a design. I think we all kind of know the traditional story. Hey, you're going to iterate some and you're going to try and find a first feasible design, and maybe depending on the amount of time that you have, you stop there. But you might be able to explore a little bit further and find a much better design, an optimal design. Well, what actually also happens along the way, there's lots of work in process experimentation, right? That doesn't necessarily say get checked in. It doesn't show up as part of the official record because it's, with file-based approaches, this lives on your desktop. This never maybe gets explored or exposed to the broader organization. Now, along the way with that, the engineer does track a number of measures, maybe cost, weight, the peak stress, displacement. I mean, there's all sorts of things to look at. In today, they're kind of, to date, they have really tracked this informally, either in their heads, maybe in a spreadsheet somewhere, but they know what the limits are that they need to hit with those measures, right? So, traditionally this has been done in a very ad hoc manner, and it's been done with no formal record. All right, so how does this change when you look at the new version of Ansys Discovery offering? Actually, it's interesting because they've kind of formalized this process. So there are different modes you can go through. You have different capabilities. And it supports that exploration and analyze kind of effort and kind of finalize. So when you're exploring, you want quick answers. When you want to finalize and verify a design, you want something that's going to be more accurate. You want to go deeper with that. Also, what's interesting about that is you can, with this offering, is that you can track measures. You actually have a graph of how the displacement changes over iterations. And you can track multiple things with that. So it's more formally supporting what to date has been this very ad hoc, impromptu, manual type of effort for engineers. One comment is that today, they keep track of the design iterations within your current session, right? So if you work for a while, you can go back and look at the prior iterations. You can see how they performed, and you can assess, okay, which direction do I want to go? If you close that session down, bring it back up, you're not going to have those geometric iterations. And that would be a great thing to enhance in the future. But overall, it's interesting because this has been a very informal process, and I see this as adding structure to it, a structure that frankly is really needed. So that's it. It's got some really interesting new capabilities. I advise that you check it out. They've done a lot of work on usability. You should keep an eye out for that as well. And that's it. Take care and talk soon.